What's going on, guys? This is Miyasin. So Konami decided that SPRIGHT wasn't good enough and that we needed to give the deck even more support, so we decided to make it even more broken than it already is by giving it a Link to Monster that is a Foolish Burial on Summon, and of course, I think you can already imagine that a few monsters really want to be foolish, such as, I don't know, Nimble Angler, for example, and there are some other examples. So today I'll show you guys 4 combos that will really make you understand why this deck is gonna be really broken next format. But before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram. If this video can get to 1,000 likes, I will be making a live stream on this deck. And as always, the deck profile is coming up tomorrow. Anyways, combo number 1, a single SPRIGHT starter can make 3 interruptions and not really have to care about Nibiru. Look at this. So you're going to be going SPRIGHT starter, summon your blue, and then of course, that usually kind of just always searches your jet. And then the jet can either search you another starter or smashers. It really depends on what you prefer, but in this situation, I'm going to go for smashers. And I'm going to go Gigantic Splight, summon the Swap Frog, send the Ronin Totem, and now I am no longer affected by Nibiru because the Gigantic Splight summoned Swap Frog, and because of that, my opponent is also locked under level, rank, or link to monsters, which is really nasty. And now I can go for Splight Sprint, which is going to be foolishing for the Nimble Angler, like I said. And when it's sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, I can summon 2 Nimble monsters from the deck, which is very stupid. So now I have double Beaver on the field. I'm going to link both of them off for Splight Elf, revive back the Swap Frog. Then I'm going to be sending the Swap Frog again, revive back the Ronin Totem, and make the Toad. And just like that, how many interruptions do I have? I'll give you a hint. Approximately a lot. It's 4. And the reason for that is because I have Toad that can negate any card or effect, and then whenever a monster is summoned while I control an Xyz monster with an Xyz material, I can detach material from one of those Xyz monsters, and I'm going to be able to bounce back a card, well, a monster on the field. And on top of that, I have the Smashers and the Elf to revive back the Toad. So yeah, a monster is summoned, I'm gonna be like, nah, not gonna happen. Splight, Sprint, bounce it back, and I still have my Toad. So that was the first interruption. And of course, you always have to use this first because if you send the Toad and then revive it back, it has no materials. So yeah, in order, you're gonna go Splight Sprint, bounce back a monster whenever your opponent summons a monster, and then you're gonna go Toad Negate, Splight Elf, revive back the Toad, Toad Negate again, and then Smashers banish something. So one single card, 4 interruptions through Nibiru. If the only interruption, if the only hand trap your opponent has is Nibiru, all hope is lost, he's gonna die. And of course, I think you can already understand that the follow-up of this deck is absurd. Even if your opponent kind of just passes on like no play, you're always gonna have game for next turn, so it's ridiculous. Like, you're recycling back a card with Toad, and then you revive back a monster that searches a card on summon. It's just too much, man. The snowball of this deck is ridiculous. But that's it for combo number 1. Let's get right into combo number 2 now. Alrighty, so this deck is really going to be destroying the living pancake out of tier elements, and for a very good reason. It's because the Bisted monsters are really good against tier elements, and this deck can definitely abuse the Bisted monsters. So let's just say your opponent goes Meru, mail 3 cards, and then triggers the effect of Shaylin. You just go Magnamud, banish that Shaylin, and then end phase trigger, your opponent kind of passes because you can play a lot of hand traps to ensure that you can even stop the extenders. And now on the end phase, you're going to be searching for the Druid Worm. This is like a worst case scenario play, by the way, assuming that you don't even have a single Splight monster. Look at how we can actually unbrick with like nothing at all. So a single Magnamud can actually start our engine. So we're going to be drawing for turn regardless of what you draw. You can actually full combo just like that. So you're going to be going for Dark, revive back any Dark monster, which is very likely to happen against the deck. And then you're going to be going for Splight Sprint because you have a Link 2 monster on the field. Send your Angler and then summon 2 Beavers from the deck. And then go for Gigantic Splight, which of course summons your Swap Frog. I think you can already see where this is going. Send the Ronin Totem, go for the Elf, revive back the Swap Frog, and then send Swap Frog, revive back the Ronin Totem. I feel like I've seen this before, kind of getting a little repetitive, but it is what it is. One single Magnamud can get your stuff going. It's crazy. Imagine when your hand traps are also engine starters indirectly. It's just so freaking crazy. And you're DD crowing a bunch of cards. You can even trigger the effect of Druid Worm to send a monster upon controls to the grave. So you're interrupting and breaking boards. Oh, and you're casually making 3 negates in the process, by the way, with one single card. So imagine you start your turn with 5 cards. You can go hand trap, hand trap, hand trap, hand trap, hand trap. Have 0 Splight cards in your hand at all, and then end phase search the Druid Worm, and just like that, next turn, you go for the kill. So, that's kind of unfair. it's kind of just ridiculous, right? It's freaking crazy, man. This deck is just going to be, I want to say, probably, maybe, like, the same level as tier elements, if people can actually deck build this correctly. because of how oppressive, I guess, the Bisted monsters really are. Of course, Tier Laments can play Bisted. However, the Bisted monsters aren't super great against Splight. So yeah, you will be rewarded for correct deck building and correct technical play. Anyways, that's it for this one. Let's get right into combo number 3 now. Alright, so this is kind of like a for fun combo, but this is actually really cute. Let's just say you have Beaver and Blue, and you kind of want to win with style. Look at what you can do. It's pretty funny. So yeah, you're going to be going for the Blue, search the Jet, and then summon the Jet, search whatever, Smashers or Starter. Obviously, this combo loses to Nibiru, so if you're going for that, you're really just trying to win with style points. But yeah, the Splight Sprint can technically send the Cyberstein, and then you can pay 5k, and just like that, you summon the Churiak Stereo. So, yeah, you're playing a Spell or Trap deck, negate. And now you can finally use that starter, which would have locked you, so that's why you have to go for Cyberstein first, and then summon your Exterio. So that's actually a really nasty end board. You still have your Interruption with the Splight Sprint, so bounce back a monster, and then Splight Red, negate, and destroy a monster effect, so double Interruption here. And then the Splight Elf gets you a follow-up, and the Churiak Stereo is going to be negating every single spell or trap card. So that's just the 2-card combo, which is basically like an FTK. The issue is, again, you're playing into hand traps, and you're kind of making yourself a little too fragile to Dark Ruler, Super Poly, and all those things. So again, this is just a for fun combo if you really, really want to, but I don't actually recommend it. Alrighty, combo number 4, and if you managed to stay all the way until this part of the video, friendly reminder to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. It really means the world to me. But yeah, this hand is pretty nice. I'm going to be able to do quite a lot, and my opponent has Gamma, Ash, Diva, Red, Blue, whatever. So yeah, how can I play this out? So my Satrila Fenrir gets Gamma'd. I want to say this always baits a Gamma, because otherwise I'm going to be able to search another one and then banish the cards that you summon either on my own turn or on your own turn. So it's just too much. Like, this card is one of the best ways to apply pressure. Anyways, now I can go Prosperity for 6, which I want to say also kind of just always baits the Ash. So yeah, now I can use triple tactic talents, either steal a monster, draw cards, whatever. However, if my Prosperity gets its effect negated and not the activation negated, I cannot use the effect to draw cards. I would have been able to use the effect to look at my opponent's hand and make him lose a card. The issue is that my hand is not super ideal. I mean, I had Splight Blue and Bisted Magnamut, so not the best, but definitely not the worst. And now that I stole the Gamma, which is actually really cute, I can special summon the Blue and just keep on playing as if nothing ever happened. So you want to double hand trap me? No problem, Jeffrey. I'm just gonna keep on summoning my monsters, and this is gonna be a really nasty end board, by the way. So yeah, again, going to be sending that Angler, summon double Beaver, and go for Gigantic Splight. Or I guess if you want to summon that red ASAP, you can also do that. And now summon the Swab Frog. Again, send the Rodent Toad, whatever. And now Splight Elf, or no, sorry, Masquerina. And now we can use the effect of Splight Elf, revive back the Swab Frog, because we already had it on the field. And yeah, going to be sending the other Swab Frog, revive back the Rodent Toad, and make the Toad. All that through a double hand trap, by the way. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh my god, imagine if I didn't get a hand trap twice. This would have been even better. Anyways, end phase search as well. So on top of everything, I also have like an extra DD Crow in my hand. Just like that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, even if my Toad gets Kaiju'd or whatever, I still have a bunch of interruptions. So yeah, I can summon that Druid Worm, banish a card, and then link off with IP Masquerina, bounce back a card as well. Make the Unicorn, so if I have like an extra card in my hand to discard, I can go Unicorn Shuffle, or I can make Appaloosa, which is actually really cool as well. And the Druid Worm triggers as well, so the synergy that Druid Worm has with IP Masquerina is really disgusting. Like, being able to use its second effect on your opponent's turn is like one of the best things ever, because obviously if you're going second, you get to break boards with the effect of Druid Worms. That's the beauty with the Bisted monsters. They're extenders, they're hand traps, they're consistency cards, they're everything you could ever ask for in like one card. And you get access to Druid Worm just with your Magnamut, so this card really has to be like a 3 of, I want to say. Especially in a format without like Max C and everything. Oh my god, yes! Yeah, the Toad literally did nothing, and I was able to make my opponent lose 2 monsters just like that, you know what I'm saying? So just Druid Worm and Masquerina, it's like a double interruption, and I still have the Splight Sprint and the red as an added bonus. So this is absolutely nasty. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this combo video. Let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Deck profile coming up tomorrow, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.